Hey, what is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well today. Hope your weekend's been good so far. Now, today we're going to be talking about something that's just as important to shooting as your bow hand, and it's part of your form and it's part of the release cycle whenever you're getting ready to shoot. Now, what I'm going to be talking about has to deal with the thumb style of shooting, or the thumb style of release or archery, whatever you want to call it. So let's take some shots, let's talk about this, and then let's talk about some other things in this video that are just as important to your shooting whenever it comes to thumb draw and release. Oh well. Now, one of the things that can be very detrimental to your shot cycle is your string hand, and you may not realize you're doing it, and it doesn't just apply to thumb draw style of shooting, it applies to every aspect of your shooting, whether that's split finger, Mediterranean, 3-under, on and on and on. Your hand needs to be in a relaxed state to pull off the best shot. And the reason it needs to be in a relaxed state is because if you're putting tension there and you're holding too much tension in your hand or your wrist, it's going to affect the release of the arrow, more so than you probably think it would. Now, let me show you what I was talking about whenever I was first starting out here. Now, again, I was paying so much attention to the bow hand, I really didn't think anything about this. My concern with this was just to get that string, pull that arrow back, and release it. And in doing so, what I found was that I was doing something to this effect. Now, if you'll notice my hand, that is not in a relaxed state. Do you see the tension that I'm putting there? Just pulling back like this. And the reason I'm trying to pull back like that is because I wanted to make sure that I could really grip my thumb and hang on tight for the ride that was fixing to happen when I released that arrow. So that is creating tension, whether you believe it or not. And to pull the string back, holding in that position, that's messing you up more than you believe. Before, like I was saying, I get a lot of tension here, and I'm going to show you how that affects the overall shot cycle and shot placement. And watch me make a monkey of myself, and it'll hit bullseyes every time. It's not going to happen, but under the target. Not good. Alrighty, so let's do it again. Phone is still recording, so it's going to be hard to marry this video down there, but we'll try it. Well, at least I got in there. Now, as you can see in the video here, the shots are inconsistent. They're all over the map. The grouping is horrendous, as you can tell. And that's because I'm using a lot of tension to pull that string back and hold that string before I do the release. And because of all that tension I'm holding in my hand and in my wrist and forearm, it's really affecting the shot. So let's go get the arrows, and then we'll switch up to the way that I've been shooting for the past week or so. And I'll show you the difference in the shot cycle and in the arrow placement on the target. Now, there's a couple of reasons why I was shooting like that to begin with. One was confidence, and two was building up strength in my thumb and index finger, really to hold that string while I was placing that shot or getting that shot ready to be released. That's going to have a huge effect on you shooting and your form, your anchor, release, of course, whenever you're first starting out in thumb draw archery. The confidence thing is, I was so afraid that I was going to let go of that shot every time that I pulled it back. So I was putting the death grip on there, if you will, the white knuckle death grip, just to hang on. And I was using 2 fingers, like you can see here, on my first and middle finger, and then my hand was very tensed, trying to hold that string, or trying to hold the weight of that draw whenever I was getting ready to shoot. But as you build up confidence, and as you build up the strength in your hand, what's actually happening is, instead of doing the grip like this, you can see everything is just kind of in there, it's tight, it's uncomfortable. But again, not knowing any better, that's going to just be the way you shoot until you get some endurance, or some, not endurance, what am I trying to say here? Trying to get some stamina built up, if you will. So what I've done is, now this is the relaxed grip. Instead of this, a lot of tension, just a very relaxed grip. I'm confident in my ability to hold this string, and now my grip is like this. As you can see, we are just the index finger on the thumb. The middle finger is just kind of down to the side here, and actually what I'm doing is I'm just pressing my thumb against my middle finger, tucking in my 2 smaller fingers here, my ring finger, pinky finger, and I'm just pulling back like that. And what I'm finding is it gives me a much cleaner release, especially the 1 finger as opposed to 2. It gives me a much cleaner release. And the relaxed shot helps me to anchor better. So let me give you an example of that, and we'll take some shots and I'll show you the difference in the way they place on the target, hopefully. Again, just a relaxed grip on the string, 1 finger. Get to a position where the ground's really on level here. Much cleaner release, much more consistent release, much more consistent shot placement. So as you can see by the video, much cleaner release on the string hand equates to better placement on the target, or better groupings, if you will. And this is something that, you know, just getting out to shoot has really helped me figure that out. And it's just a lot of practice is basically what it is. You're getting out there shooting, and if you put the time and the work into it, you're going to pick up on little things like that maybe you're doing right, and maybe some things that you could possibly change. So let me go get my arrows, and then we're going to shoot some more. Still got to work on my follow through. I felt dorky when I'm like, ah. I don't know. It's almost like I'm going, what's up? So, it's one of those things I've got to fix. But oh well, we're having fun, right? Oh, that was an ugly shot. Take my heavier arrow and see how it actually does. It's a little high. I'll take it. At least it didn't hit the ground. I missed the target. There we go. I like that. Happy with that. I'll have to go back to shooting in my smaller space. So there you go. I mean, a couple of flyers, but that's okay. The key is actually just getting on target with this and being more consistent with your full shot cycle, from your draw, your anchor, and your release, and just doing this one little thing, relaxing the hand instead of all of this tension, just relaxing the hand, pulling back, and then just releasing the string. It's no different than shooting 3 under or split finger shooting. It's really just concentration and focus on the entire shot cycle. And you can short circuit yourself and do what I did forever. You know, just not even think about this. It's like, I got to pull that string back. And a lot of it is just, you know, being confident in this. For the longest time, I would pull back with 2 fingers because I was so afraid that I was going to release that arrow prematurely, if you will, and let that thing go flying wherever. But you know, once again, you build up your strength, you'll be able to pull with this thumb, with your index finger. And again, I just kind of tuck the middle finger there, just to the side, just so I've got a reference that it is there. And it doesn't really do anything other than just the tip of my thumb actually touching it just like that. So again, practice is what makes perfect, and there is no perfect, so remember that. There's just getting out to have fun and enjoy it. Now, unless you're a competition shooter, I don't worry so much about, you know, how these arrows are placed on the target. My goal is just to, it's almost like a zen, if you will. You're kind of, it's just you and your target and your bow, and you're kind of closing out the world and forgetting everything. And it is a zen type experience when you get into kind of a groove there, and things start to fall in place and start to click, and you feel yourself getting better, and you see improvement coming your way. So just remember that when you're out shooting. Don't beat yourself up. Baby steps. Learn how to walk before you run. And if you still can't run after a while, you'll get there. Trust me. Thank you for coming by today. I really appreciate it. For all my new subscribers, thank you so much for thinking enough of my content to come in and hang out with me and subscribe to my channel. And if you've not subscribed and you're new here, please hit that subscribe button, hit the notifications bell. That way when I do post future content, you can come in and hang out with me. I'm just a goofy guy that gets out to shoot and have fun with his archery equipment. So also please check out my website, blueskiesarchery.com. Now the bow giveaway is coming up. I've got a few things to finalize. I know I keep talking about it, but I want to make sure that I do everything right and to the letter, because I don't want to do anything that would jeopardize, you know, me on this platform and possibly getting kicked off. So I just want to make sure that I'm doing everything right. But stick around, that is coming. I promise you that is coming. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the comments. Anytime you guys comment, I get to them. I get back to the comments as fast as I can. I really appreciate the comment section of my videos. Because sometimes you guys bring a lot of useful information. You bring some things that I don't think about all the time, and you have some things that sometimes that your input is helping one of my other viewers that may be struggling with something. And I've seen that happen so many times in the comment section. It's just a great thing to see this community come together and help each other out, because really that's what it's about, community. So thank you all for coming by today and hanging out with me. It's always my hope that you have a great day, a better day tomorrow, and a wonderful week ahead of you. And until next time.